This broadcast is for April 8, 2026, Japan time. Welcome to Samurai MLB Talk. Thank you very much for watching. This channel is a place where we explore the essence of humanity through the lens of baseball, through the way we watch the game, the spirit behind it, and the philosophy it reflects from a uniquely Japanese perspective. To our viewers in the English-speaking world, I truly hope you'll enjoy this dialogue about human nature as seen through the game of baseball. Your support means more than I can say. If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Part 1, Highlights of Japanese Athletes on April 8, 2026, Japan time. Let's take a look at the performances of Japanese major leaguers today. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Dodgers. He started the game against the Blue Jays. It was a quality start, pitching 6 innings, allowing 5 hits and only 1 run. We will take a closer look at Yamamoto later in the program. Shohei Ohtani, Dodgers. In the game against the Blue Jays, he went 1-for-3 with 2 walks and 1 RBI. He extended his consecutive game on-base streak to 42. I would also like to discuss the unicorn topic in detail later. Kazuma Okamoto, Blue Jays. Kazuma Okamoto played third base, batting 5th, and went 1-for-4 with 1 hit. After the game, Okamoto spoke about his matchup with Yoshinobu Yamamoto. We didn't face each other much in NPB. I used to watch him on TV often. Today, I was looking forward to facing him. I think I was able to hit him back solid. Regarding the moment he hit a double. In my previous at-bat, I had a good hit but it ended up being an out. I felt that another chance would come my way. I stepped into the batter's box thinking only about getting on base, no matter what. About the upcoming matchup with pitcher Shohei Ohtani. We faced each other only once when we were young. He is an incredible player as both a hitter and a pitcher. I am really looking forward to the matchup. In NPB, Okamoto faced pitcher Shohei Ohtani once in 2016. The result then was a swinging strikeout. 2016 was the year when the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters, the team Shohei Ohtani belonged to at the time, became the champions of Japan. Even back then, Ohtani was already a major star in Japan as a two-way player, just as he is now. The young Kazuma Okamoto faced that great player only once and fell to a swinging strikeout. Now, the two will face each other again in Toronto. At Rogers Center, a beautiful blue stadium, seeing a matchup between Kazuma Okamoto and Shohei Ohtani for the first time since 2016 is deeply moving for Japanese fans. Regardless of who is better or this and that, I believe fans simply want to enjoy their confrontation. Munetaka Murakami, White Sox. In the 9th inning with 1 out and a runner on first, he appeared as a pinch hitter but struck out swinging. Why wasn't Munetaka Murakami in the starting lineup? Will Venable revealed that it was planned. If it was planned, please announce it in advance. Many Japanese fans were waiting in front of their screens since early morning to watch the game he was playing in. Although it ended in a strikeout, I think it was good to see even one at-bat from him. I hope to see him playing energetically again from the next game. Masataka Yoshida, Red Sox. He did not play. Since his form has been improving, I wanted to see him used, but the team must have its policies. I expect to see Yoshida's success again from the next game. Yosei Kikuchi, Angels. He pitched 5 innings, allowing 6 hits and 4 runs. Yosei Kikuchi tends to give up runs between the first and third innings. That is one of his challenges. He has a fantastic fastball, but he lacks stability. He is a pitcher who clearly has on days and off days. I want him to show us a performance where he holds the opponent to 3 runs or less, even on a bad day. He is a pitcher capable of doing that. I want him to show us the greatness of Yosei Kikuchi. That is my strong wish. Part 2, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, once again dominant in Toronto. On April 8, Japan time, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the ace of the Dodgers, delivered a masterclass performance at Rogers Center, the site of last year's fierce World Series battle. As mentioned earlier, starting against the Blue Jays, Yoshinobu Yamamoto pitched 6 innings, allowing only 1 run and suppressing the powerful Blue Jays lineup. Although he faced a pinch in the 7th inning and was helped out by pitcher Alex Vesia, there is no doubt that Yamamoto set the tone for the game and led the team to victory. What I always pay attention to is how he starts the first inning with the very first pitch. Occasionally, he gives up a lead-off home run on the first pitch. That is not a good thing. Will it happen today? Every game, I focus on the first pitch he throws. Also, while every starting pitcher shares this challenge, the performance in the first 3 innings often determines the fate of the game. For Yoshinobu Yamamoto as well, the content of the first to third innings almost decides the outcome of the game. In this start, he showed brilliant pitching in the first and third innings. The first inning, in particular, was magnificent. 3 consecutive strikeouts. It felt as though we were watching his solo recital. Large players were carved down and struck out one after another. The Yoshinobu Yamamoto show was a sight to behold. He faced a crisis in the 6th inning and allowed an RBI hit to the Blue Jays' leadoff hitter, George Springer, resulting in 1 run, but there is no need to worry about that at all. I believe Yoshinobu Yamamoto once again showcased his pitching to the fullest. Before the game, Yoshinobu Yamamoto spoke to the Japanese media about his matchup with Kazuma Okamoto. I was hit by him in NPB. I'm looking forward to facing him. I'm already thinking about how to get him out. I hope we can have a good battle. He has a calm personality, and as a senior baseball player, I really like him. He is the kind of player I want to strike up a conversation with. These comments show the good relationship between Yamamoto and Okamoto. Today, Yamamoto allowed a double to Okamoto, giving up 1 hit. However, even in the previous at-bat, Okamoto had a very hard-hit ball. It was clear that the matchup with Okamoto was a difficult one for Yamamoto. While the rest of the Blue Jays lineup struggled against Yamamoto, it feels as though only Okamoto has no sense of inferiority toward him. Moving forward, I believe the only way to break down Yoshinobu Yamamoto is to challenge the Dodgers with Kazuma Okamoto as the focal point. Regarding this performance by Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Kyle Tucker shared his thoughts in an interview with the Japanese media. I have faced him as an opponent until now, so I know him well. Anyway, his control and pitch selection are excellent, and he is a truly wonderful pitcher who always leads the game into the 6th inning and the middle stages. I think he had good content today as well. Because Tucker has experience facing Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he fully understands his strengths. He felt that this start was just as good as usual. When Yoshinobu Yamamoto made his MLB debut, I remember with nostalgia the time he was knocked out by the Padres lineup and faced backlash from the media for not performing as expected. Now, he is the infallible Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the ace of the Dodgers recognized by everyone. Many Japanese people have high expectations for him on the mound. I hope he continues to show us the best and strongest pitching of Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Part 3, Unicorn 2026. This year's Shohei Ohtani is different. On April 8, Japan time, the Unicorn, Shohei Ohtani, performed brilliantly with 1 hit and 2 walks in 3 at-bats against the Blue Jays. During the game, there was a scene where the opposing catcher's arm collided with his left elbow during a throw, and he appeared enraged by the intense pain. However, it did not lead to anything serious, and we are relieved. In today's game, Shohei Ohtani had 1 hit and 2 walks. One of those 2 walks was an intentional walk. Ideally, I would want them to face him head-on, but it is understandable that the opposing team wants to avoid a battle with a player who has a high probability of hitting. The single hit Shohei Ohtani hit off the right field fence in the 3rd inning yesterday became the Dodgers' first run of the game. The Blue Jays starter, Kevin Gausman, threw a split-finger fastball at 84 miles per hour on the inside low corner for the first pitch to Ohtani in that at-bat. For the second pitch, he threw a 93 miles per hour fastball to the inside low corner, which was hit back. On this broadcast, I have said that I judge Ohtani's form by seeing if the ball is flying from center to right from the batter's perspective. If so, his condition is rising. The hit he took off Guzman yesterday was pulled toward right field. The reason for that is that while Guzman is a veteran pitcher, he was a powerhouse who threw nearly 100 miles per hour when he was young, and even now, he uses that high-velocity ball as a weapon to overpower hitters. In that third inning at-bat, Ohtani surely stepped in with the image of Guzman's high-velocity fastball in mind. He took the first pitch, an inside low breaking ball, for a strike. At that moment, as a hitter, I believe Ohtani thought about what he would choose as the next pitch if he were the pitcher. Ohtani's answer was likely, the next one is a fastball. On the second pitch, the inside low fastball, Ohtani timed it perfectly without hesitation, as if he were sniping it, and lined Guzman's fastball toward right field. Usually, Shohei Ohtani is a player whose good form is evident when the ball flies from center to left, or toward the left field direction from the batter's perspective. However, like this hit off Guzman, when he narrows down his target and predicts the opponent's pitch to snipe it, he does sometimes send sharp drives toward right field. That was that sharp line drive that hit the right field fence off Guzman in the third inning. I was amazed by the speed of that hit. If a police motorcycle had been hidden nearby, he would have surely been pulled over for a speeding violation and forced to pay a fine. There is no need to say much about Shohei Ohtani's greatness as a hitter. He will deliver for us this year. As I have been mentioning daily on this broadcast, his consecutive game on base record for a Japanese player has reached 42. Currently, the record for a Japanese player is 43, set by Ichiro in 2009. He is now just one away from that record. The moment Shohei Ohtani gets on base in the next game, he will tie Ichiro's consecutive game on base record. This is very exciting. Furthermore, in the next game, Shohei Ohtani will start on the mound against the Blue Jays. In a game where he challenges as a two-way player, all eyes will be on whether he can tie the record held by Ichiro as a hitter. On this broadcast, we say that when Ohtani surpasses Ichiro's record, something historic will happen in MLB. However, if you think about it, Shohei Ohtani is a player who does things beyond our imagination and expectations. Surpassing the record held by Ichiro might be a natural goal for him, and the unicorn may already be moving toward an even greater objective. What is that great purpose? I have my own thoughts on the matter, and while they are merely speculation, I have a pretty good idea of what it is. However, I will keep it a secret for now. If you continue to watch this broadcast, you will eventually find out. Paying attention to Ohtani is natural for any baseball fan. If, by some chance, you ever take your eyes off Ohtani, I hope the place you turn your eyes to is this channel. That is all for today. Thank you very much.